What's going on, guys? So yesterday I was doing an Instagram on paying attention to what's going on. The military prison camp, formerly known as Australia, and at this point in time they are doing mandatory isolation camps. Yay! And you get a free ride provided by the Australian military. Also, if you have contact traced it with anyone who may have tested for some sort of medical thing, you get a free ride too to go to the camps. So we're here now. This is exactly where I thought we would be. You guys can comment below. I love it when you like these videos because it really does send it out. They really perform well. So hit that like button, smash it, appreciate it. But comment below. I need some new conspiracy theories, guys, because they're gone. They're all gone. All the old conspiracy theories have all come true at this point in time. Remember 2 weeks to flatten the curve? Can't trust these governments, man. So where are we moving? As a global society, which we're not, but yeah, the globalists want to make it a global thing. They want to go for global tax. They want to go for global passport, digital passports. They've got a whole agenda. I'm going to link to Agenda 30. I think you should read it. I read Agenda 21 in 2011 as a requirement to graduate from FGCU. We had a class called Colloquium. It was a compromise because originally in 97 when they built the university, they weren't allowed to build on protected environmental land. So the environmentalists came in and said, okay, you can build on this 800-acre swamp. Up to 30% of it can be built on, but you have to teach every student that graduates here has to be mandatory that they go through Colloquium. So I had to take Colloquium, and in 2011, it was mandatory reading in a mandatory class that I read Agenda 21. And I read it because it was futuristic. And I thought, there's no way they'd pull this off. Carbon credits and the whole thing. Just no way they're gonna pull this off. And they have pulled it off. They have absolutely pulled it off. So now they have Agenda 30. Agenda 21 was only 43, 47 pages. If I can find it, I'll link that for you as well. The new one, 353 pages. You should read it, but if you read between the lines, you'll notice that it's a complete wipeout and demolition of the middle class. It's a complete wipeout of the currencies. It's a complete wipeout of individual freedom, and it's a surveillance state. All for the greater good and in the name of climate. Yay! Although nothing about it is actually green. If we wanted to do things that were actually green, we would be running biodiesel, we wouldn't have an EPA, there wouldn't be exhaust ignition fluid needed to run a diesel after 2012. We wouldn't have diesel particulate filters on all these things that cost $6,000 for an exhaust system. And it gets, I mean, you guys know, you drive these trucks, they're not getting the fuel mileage. They're not getting the fuel mileage that the old trucks got as far as the diesels go. And so if we wanted to actually do those things, we would do those things, but that's not what they really want. Today, Biden announced that the Strategic Petroleum Fund, which is basically just U.S. government stockpile of oil, he's going to release 50 million barrels. And everyone was like, yay! U.S. consumption of oil is 20 million barrels a day. So he's going to put 2.5 days worth of supply on the market. What did the price of oil do? It ripped higher. The plan here is oil goes higher. You drive less. That's good for the environment, but it's really good for the elites. Private jets, electric buses for everybody else. Now, my kulaks, we're going to be on the private jet side, so it is what it is. But it does suck that you have an entire class of people that are literally about to be eliminated as far as an economical, social economic status. We're going back to monarchy. We're going to have the serfs and the elites. That's what we're going to have. We are on the road to serfdom. Now, there are ways that we can possibly exit and get back to a hard money standard and get back to, but not really. I mean, at this point in time, the philosophy is such in our country and around the globe. I mean, you see this in Australia. These people voted for this. And then you see it in Austria, which I don't think is going to go well there, and it rips through Europe, and our mainstream propaganda won't allow us to see what's really going on there, but you know what's going on. The place is burning. There's protests everywhere. The people are pissed. It rolls into Canada, and if you're in Canada, you need to pay attention. There's a big dude I talk to on Instagram every now and then. He's got a big Instagram following. He's got a big YouTube. He's third generation, excavation, does septic fields, sells material, really cool. I told him at the beginning of the scandemic, I said, bro, you gotta go. You gotta get out of that place, because eventually you're going to have the military showing up at your door saying, sir, we're here for your wife or you or your children or whatever it is. please escort, come with us. And it sounds crazy, but it's happening. Like at this point in time, in November of 21, it's actually happening in Australia. The military is showing up to your house and forcing you to get in a vehicle with you to take you to an undisclosed location for treatment. Okay, we're probably a year, maybe two away from them absolutely wiping people out. I mean, this is some real 1930s Germany stuff going on right now over there. But they voted for it. And if you're in Australia or you're in Canada, it is time to get out. It is actually too late to get out, but there's a will, there's a way. It is time to get the hell out. By staying there, you're not gonna put up a front, there's nothing to gain there. You just wait inevitably for them to show up with their militarized police, and they will take you away. Or you will comply with their thing. And it's always gonna be something else. It's gonna be that booster. It's gonna be a new disease, always gonna be something. And when you are no longer useful, they'll knock you out. If the stuff they're not doing right now isn't already knocking people out, which I would argue, if we actually had the data, I can't share it on YouTube because everything's fully censored now. You guys check out Odyssey. I've got a link there at the bottom. Go over to Odyssey. I'm gonna build that up a little bit. I just like the idea of decentralized everything. We're at that spot in time where we really can't trust anything at this point in time. All of the institutions are becoming delegitimized. Like they're not legit. Like at this point in time, like do you trust the FBI? Do you trust the CIA? Like, hi, knock knock, hi. We're from the FBI. We're here to ask you some questions. Nope. My parents even gave us, like, when the whole family was together last holiday season, they were like, hey, just so you know, if anybody tries to get you to do anything or talks to you about anything or, any of these type of things, it could be a trap, it could be bait, it could be any of these things, just shut the door and don't allow me. Now, I'm like, we live on property and I've got a gate. You cross that gate, I live in a state where 308's coming out and good luck. Like, I've got like 300 yards between where you're coming and where I'm going to be blasting you from. So, that's where I'm at. But the rest of the family, they're like, look, if you have people knock on your door and they do crazy things, or they ask you questions, the answer is nope, go away. So we're at this spot where entities like the FBI were so upheld. Even when I was a kid in the 90s, certainly when my dad was a kid, he said, like, man, in the 60s, 70s, it was like a big, prestigious thing to know someone, or to the FBI was just such a credible thing. At this point in time, like, who's really running the drugs? Like, who's really running? Like, these are corporations. And what we have at this point in time is corporatism. And we're moving into serfdom. And you've got, these political elites and then these super elites like Gates, like out there, like what's Gates doing right now? Gates is talking about the smallpox. Dude, wasn't that eradicated? Isn't that at the CDC's? Isn't that in Atlanta? And then isn't there one in Russia? Like there's copies. I don't know why you guys kept copies of this thing, but obviously you did. Oh, well, we need to prepare for this outbreak. Okay, Gates, got it. But is anyone actually going to put that guy under investigation and do what's necessary? No, because here's the thing. We've reached the point where the institutions and the systems that are in place, they don't work. They don't work and they're useless.